Hey, yo, what's the deal? Miss your boy Tag from Pro Wrestling Tag. You know what I mean? As of this recording, it is 10:38 p.m. a.m. July 8th, 2026. You know what I mean? This is the first video of the day. This is definitely the first video of the day for sure. You know what I mean? And I got a lot to say about this topic because, it seems like now there's a big shift in AEW when it comes down to their talent and the way how they handle talent moving forward, right? I'm actually recording this right now because I'm getting ready to go down. As soon as I finish this, I'm going to go downstairs to buy some Spanish food, baby. You know what I mean? But I made this video, but then for some reason the recorder stopped. And I'm like, what the fuck is going on, man? You know what I'm saying? But damn, there's a doctor who is on Channel 11 right now. Like I don't know if she's white. I doubt she's white because she doesn't look like an average white girl. Like she looks good. Like she has blonde hair and everything else. But she has, she could be mixed with something. Like she looked good than a motherfucker. But that's not what I want to talk about. I want to talk about something that could basically be a massive game changer when it comes down to AEW, right? And a game changer in a not so great way, right? So there was a report from Evil. Y'all know Evil, right? Timu Malcolm Jamal Warner, from who used to be in Wrestle Purist. He put something out that was very telling about how AEW feels now about talent and keeping talent, right? What I'm gonna do is this. I'm gonna talk for a bit, right? And then I probably might stop it, and such because I'm actually waiting for a phone call and then continue on. So I'm gonna just merge the two. But going back to what I was saying. So there was a very interesting report that was shown by Wrestle Purist. Not Wrestle Purist, Self-Made Pro, right? I don't know why the fuck he call himself Self-Made Pro. I mean, he's a bum. He's a bum. But he mentioned something about AEW no longer feeling compelled to overpay talent to keep them from WWE. And that's a big, 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 big thing. Right? This one I'm gonna mention what he said, right? This is based off of Ringside News. So this is what he says, right? He says, here's what's going on. It's not against Perry. He will most likely stay in AEW. We'll see about that. But he would like to get a big raise, just like most people get when it's time to re-up with AEW, because that is the norm. I talk to people about this, and the belief is that because the situation in WWE right now, where a lot of these deals are very volatile, where a lot of these deals are not honored, where there's not a lot of space, where a lot of ex-AEW guys go over there and struggle, there is less of an incentive for Tony Khan to overpay to stay in this company, especially if they're not significant impact players. In other words, Khan may not be negotiating out of fear anymore. If a wrestler walks, AEW can look at WWE's current landscape and wonder whether that person would even get a better spot there. That is where Perry comes in. We basically meaning Ringside News have reported that Perry still has not re-signed with AEW, even though his contract is up. His contract is coming up very soon. Still, according to Self-Made Pro, that does not mean AEW has to throw a massive number at him just because he looked elsewhere. And this is Self-Made Pro. So Tony Khan now he has no incentive to go, oh my God, Jack, please don't go to AEW. Here's $800,000. Here's $800,000. It does not matter because everyone knows if Jack goes to NXT, he may do well, he may not. So Tony is basically taking the approach now of, well, all right, I'm not going to go crazy when these deals are up, right? and this is what Ringside News said, that is a pretty big shift if it becomes AEW's new normal. The company can still keep talent it values, but the days of overpaying just to block WWE from getting someone may be cooling off. Perry may still end up at AEW, but his negotiation is showing something bigger than one wrestler's contract. Tony may still want to retain his roster, but he no longer seems compelled to pay premium money just because WWE exists. End quote. Here's my thing. Okay? Tony Khan knows that the shift is changing, right? And he knows he has a bloated roster. Now, he mentioned something about significant impact players. There is no significant impact players in AEW. There is none. Because if you are a significant impact player, don't you fucking think that the ratings will go up, attendance will go up, everything will go up. AEW's at a bad spot. Creatively, attendance-wise, and financially, because think about it. They still have to worry about this Warner Brothers Paramount merger, right? They got to worry about that, right? And if you're going to pay talent big money, for what? For what? If you're going to pay big talent, money for what? What? To stay and not do nothing? Come on. So he's looking at WWE's current situation, right? So he figured, okay, well, I can go and give them a big bag and says, if you want to go over there, that's fine. But I think there's something else behind the scenes that we don't know about where now Tony has shifted into this new mindset. Because if that's the case, I guarantee you, depending on the name, WWE will still throw a bag. A lot of people are taking pay cuts, right? But they're still making some good fucking money. They're still making better money than the indies. Why you're in WWE, right? So it's not like they're going to be paid thousands of dollars. They're not going to do that. It's still being paid in the millions, right? You're still getting paid in the fucking millions. And again, I do not have a problem with WWE getting rid of someone like a Sheamus or New Day. Why? Because they've been there for so long. There's nothing else you can fucking do. There's nothing else you can do. There's nothing else you can do. And again, look at Miz, right? Again, I would not be surprised if Mike Mizanin winds up, leaving because of this, right? But now it seems like Tony Khan is not going to overpay. Sorry about that. Basically, he burnt leverage. Tony Khan just burnt leverage, right? He burnt the wrestler's leverage. So now, all of a sudden, a wrestler can't go to another company and say, well, I'm going to negotiate this so I can get a better deal. That's no longer the case. And again, he says significant impact players. I said this yesterday. WWE is going to pay big bucks to people who we know in AEW who, are in their range that can make a lot of money. And there's about maybe 8 to 10 that I can think at the top of my list who are big names. MJF is one of them, right? So basically, this might change everything. This legit might change the whole shit. Because now a wrestler can't just go, to WWE anymore to try to sneak a bag so that they can go and get another bag from AEW. That's no longer the case. Remember, he said he's no longer compelled. So it seems like he might let Jack Perry walk. Fuck it. I'm not going to give you that much money. Fuck it. And who knows? Maybe there are other problems at AEW that we don't know about. Because how come all of a sudden this is out? How come this is out all of a sudden? Is there something bigger that we don't know about? That is getting ready to creep that could, change everything about AEW within 2027? That's what I'm thinking. That's exactly what the fuck I'm thinking. I don't know. Something weird is going on in AEW. For Tony Khan to have this new attitude all of a sudden, I don't know. I'm expecting the worst. You know? Anyway, guys, I'm about to be out. You know what I mean? Like, I didn't have to pause this shit. You know, like, I just went straight through. It's just, I will be coming with another video tonight. So, I'm going to holler at y'all. Peace.